If there's one thing I can say with conviction, it's that you should never stop dreaming. No matter how many challenges we face or how many failures we encounter along the way, dreaming big is the first step towards achieving the impossible. At the beginning of my career, many people told me that my dreams were unrealistic, that Alibaba would never become what it is today. However, I have always believed that if you have a clear vision and work with passion, you can achieve anything. Dreams are what drive us forward. Over the years, I've discovered that those who never stop dreaming are the ones who are most able to innovate and transform the world around them. Dreams have the power to get us through the toughest times because they give us a reason to keep going, even when everything seems to be against us. I always say that when you are poor but have a dream, you never feel poor. The dream is what keeps the flame burning, what motivates us to persist and fight for a better future. But it's important to remember that if everything is ready, it's already too late. Opportunities arise in the process of trying and learning from mistakes. Waiting for everything to be perfect can mean you miss out on the chance to make your dreams come true. Dreaming big isn't enough. You have to act, even if the conditions aren't ideal. Every day you have to work hard to turn your dreams into reality. If you never stop dreaming and act with courage, you will always be one step closer to achieving the impossible.
Have you ever wondered what the real secret of success is? Is it all down to luck, or is there something deeper, something that differentiates those who reach the top from those who give up along the way?
I've always believed that great things start with great dreams. If you don't dream big, you'll never achieve big things. When I started Alibaba, people thought I was crazy. They didn't believe in my vision of e-commerce in China, but I did. I knew that if I could dream it, I could work toward it. That belief has been the driving force behind everything I've done. Dreaming big isn't just about imagining success. It's about visualizing a future that seems impossible and then working relentlessly to make it a reality. The most successful people in the world are those who dared to dream beyond the limits of their current circumstances. They didn't settle for what was in front of them. They imagined what could be. When you dream big, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. You're no longer constrained by what others think is possible or by the limitations of the present. Dreaming big pushes you to innovate, to take risks, and to pursue goals that others wouldn't even dare to attempt. But dreaming alone isn't enough. You have to take action on those dreams every single day. The future doesn't happen by accident. It happens because of the actions we take in the present. When I look at the success of Alibaba today, I know that it all started with a dream. And that dream became reality through hard work, persistence, and belief. So never be afraid to dream big. It's the first step toward creating something extraordinary. And as you pursue your dreams, remember that the key to lasting success lies in building something with purpose, with heart, and with resilience.
Since the beginning, I have always believed in the power of a clear vision. When we started Alibaba, I was fascinated by the possibilities of the internet and e-commerce. It wasn't just about building a business, it was about creating a new way for people to connect, communicate, and trade. But dreaming big is only the first step. The real challenge is to stay focused on that dream and not get distracted along the way. Success, I've learned, comes from maintaining a relentless focus on your vision, even as the world around you changes. In business, distractions are everywhere. As Alibaba grew, we faced countless opportunities and challenges that could have led us off course. But I made a commitment to myself and to my team. We would not lose sight of our original mission. Staying focused meant saying no to certain things, even if they looked promising in the short term. We didn't just want to grow, we wanted to grow in the right direction. This focus kept us grounded and ensured that our efforts were always aligned with our long-term vision. Dreaming big is essential, but without focus, a dream can quickly lose its way. I often tell entrepreneurs that chasing too many things at once is a sure path to failure. You need to be clear about what you want to achieve, and then dedicate yourself fully to that goal. At Alibaba, we learned to prioritize our actions based on our core mission. Every decision, every project was evaluated in terms of how it contributed to that larger purpose. This focus became our compass. With every new opportunity, I reminded myself of our commitment to our vision. It's easy to get excited by new possibilities, but staying true to your dream requires discipline. I believe that focus is what transforms an idea into reality and what allows a small dream to grow into something life-changing. It's about staying consistent even when things get tough and keeping your eye on the horizon no matter the obstacles. Today, Alibaba stands as proof of what's possible when you dream big and stay focused. We didn't achieve everything we set out to do overnight. It was a journey filled with challenges, distractions, and tough decisions. But by holding on to our vision and focusing on our purpose, we turned a simple dream into a global movement. When I started Alibaba, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I needed a team that shared the same vision and believed in what we were building. I firmly believe that a strong team is one that not only works together, but also shares the same dreams and goals. It's not a question of having the most talented people, but of having people who believe in the same mission. It is this collective belief that moves mountains. I remember when we were recruiting our first team members. We weren't just looking for technical skills. We were after people who were passionate about the vision we had, people who were willing to sacrifice the short term in exchange for a better future. And I was often asked how I kept these people motivated. The truth is, it wasn't just the money, it was the idea of being part of something bigger than ourselves. The key to building this kind of team is communication. You need to be clear about the company's vision and purpose. People need to know where they're going and why they're going in that direction. And it's not enough to say it once. It's something you need to repeat constantly, in every meeting, in every decision. This clarity and consistency creates a sense of belonging and purpose that keeps everyone aligned. I've also learned that a team that shares its vision is a team that supports each other in difficult times. Because let's be honest, there will be times when things fall apart. That's when the true strength of a team reveals itself. When everyone is connected by a common vision, they lift each other up. They face challenges together, knowing that they are working for something bigger than their individual problems. But building such a team doesn't happen overnight. You have to invest time and energy in each person, understand what motivates them, what inspires them. It's a continuous process of learning and adjusting. You need to be willing to listen, adapt, and grow together with your team. And it's this connection that creates a culture of trust and collaboration where everyone feels part of something meaningful. Finally, I believe that a team that shares your vision is one of the most valuable assets a company can have. They don't just work for the paycheck at the end of the month. They work because they believe in what they're doing. And that's what makes all the difference when it comes to making big dreams come true. Small businesses often start with big dreams. They want to change something, to bring value, to make a difference. They are driven by purpose, not just by performance metrics. Large corporations, on the other hand, often become focused on key performance indicators, KPIs, and numbers, which can sometimes make them lose sight of their original mission. I realize that to keep a company vibrant and full of spirit, it has to hold on to that initial purpose, even as it grows. In the early days of Alibaba, we were a small team with huge aspirations. We didn't have money, technology, or a clear path. All we had was a shared dream to help small businesses and to bring opportunity to everyone through the internet. That dream kept us moving forward despite the endless challenges. It was that same small business mindset that allowed us to be nimble, creative, and resilient in the face of obstacles. Our dream was bigger than any KPI or financial report. Even as we grew, I encouraged my team to think like a small business, to stay grounded and purpose-driven. I often said that if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. For us, this meant adapting to challenges without losing sight of what truly mattered. Keeping that sense of purpose, that original spirit, gave us the strength to innovate and adapt, no matter how much we expanded. This philosophy taught me that growth doesn't mean you have to lose your original vision. On the contrary, a company should hold on to its dreams and aspirations because that's what makes it truly valuable. The bigger a company gets, the more it needs to remember why it started in the first place. Purpose drives innovation. It creates passion. And passion, more than any metric, is what propels a business forward. So whether you're a large company or a small startup, the lesson is the same. Never forget why you started.